Why do they hate Julius Malema and Muammar Gaddafi?
I'm reading my speech. No one is going to tell me what to do at what time. I'm in charge. That's why these fools are running around here. I'm in charge.
On a point of order, Chair.
Order, Chairperson.
Point of order, Chairperson.
Colonel Gaddafi, the President of the United States, the leaders of Britain and other leaders are calling on you to step down, to leave Libya, to leave your position of power. Will you do that?
Who would leave his homeland? Why do I leave my homeland?
Why do they hate Julius Malema? Why did they hate Muammar Gaddafi? Two men, one vision. They both wanted Africa to be free, to be powerful, to control its own wealth. And for that, they became enemies of the system. Muammar Gaddafi, the leader they feared. Muammar Gaddafi dreamed of an Africa without Western control. He wanted one African government, a gold-backed African currency, free education and healthcare for all Africans. A united Africa, strong enough to resist foreign exploitation. Libya under Gaddafi had free electricity, no foreign debt, and the highest standard of living in Africa. If you got married, the government gave you a house. If you wanted to study abroad, they paid for it. But the West saw this as a threat. They needed Africa to stay weak, and in 2011, they destroyed Libya. They called him a dictator, but after his death, Libya fell into chaos. Slavery came back, the economy collapsed, and Africa lost a leader who truly wanted it to be free. Julius Malema. The new threat? Fast forward to today, Julius Malema carries that same vision. He speaks for the people. He demands economic freedom, and for that, they call him dangerous. The media portrays him as radical. White elites fear him. Even some black South Africans don't trust him. But ask yourself, why? Because Malema, like Gaddafi, wants Africa to rise. He wants black South Africans to reclaim what was taken from them. And just like Gaddafi, he is hated for it. What the EFF wants for South Africa. The EFF fights for real change. They don't just talk. They have policies that would transform South Africa. Free education. No student should be left behind because they can't afford university. Scrapping student debt. Many black students are buried in debt before they even start their lives. Land expropriation without compensation because black South Africans were stripped of their land under apartheid, and justice means giving it back. Nationalizing banks and mines so that the wealth of the country benefits everyone, not just a few elites. Job creation, investing in industries that empower South Africans, not just foreign investors. If these policies were put in place, black South Africans wouldn't have to struggle for scraps in their own country. What if Gaddafi's vision had succeeded? Imagine if Africa was one. No borders, no visas, just free movement of people, trade, and opportunity. Imagine if Africa controlled its own gold, diamonds, oil, and minerals instead of selling them cheaply to the West. Imagine if no African country had to borrow from the IMF or World Bank ever again. That was Gaddafi's dream. That is Malema's dream. And that is why they fear him. The power of a united Africa. A united Africa with one government, one currency, one voice. Imagine the power it would wield. Think about the economic impact. A single African currency would end the volatility of individual countries' economies. We would be able to stabilize our economy and eliminate inflation, creating a stronger financial system for everyone. Education would be more accessible. With a unified currency and economy, African students could study anywhere on the continent without worrying about exchange rates or student loans or debts. They would be able to move freely, learn from any African university, and build networks that span the entire continent. Healthcare would also improve. No more international aid. It would come from within. Africa would have the resources to invest in its own health systems. No more brain drain. African doctors and professionals would stay on the continent, strengthening local healthcare systems. And we would no longer be dependent on the West. The power of one African currency, controlled by Africans, could eliminate our dependence on foreign loans and ensure that Africa's wealth stays within the continent, circulating and benefiting its people. The choice: will we repeat history? South Africans have a choice in the next elections. Will we continue to struggle while a few benefit, or will we take back our land, our economy, our power? They hated Gaddafi because he wanted Africa to be free. They hate Malema for the same reason. But what if this time we don't let history repeat itself? Are you ready for real change?
Zimbabwe, it's our home. Let's call Malema Zimbabwe. We are one thing. Mozambique, it's our home. DRC, it's our home. Botswana, it's our home. We were divided by the Boers who imposed borders on us. We never said we want borders. These borders were imposed on us by the colonizers. We are one people.